Talk a little bit about how you reach out to customers through those channels to extend that customer service.
Estes Park is a family destination. It's for families. It's an easygoing, laid-back place. And so we just try to bring that same feel into our social media, into Facebook, into Twitter. Like I said, I don't try to sell. You mentioned the specials earlier, that I mentioned the specials some days. I hated doing that because I thought I was selling. So I post on Facebook, is it okay if I do this? I don't want to do it if somebody doesn't want it, because that's selling and I don't want to sell it. We would like to get to know our guests and to engage with them. And that social media has been phenomenal for being able to do that. You can just, even though they're not in front of you, you can still enjoy their company. So we try to bring in the culture of who we are, our community commitment, and sharing things from Estes with people.
As I'm consulting with small businesses and nonprofits on social media, one of the things I get asked a lot is, well, how much time does this really take? I mean, some people seem like they're online all the time. On an average day, how much time do you spend running your social media stuff? I mean, you're running a business, so social media is a small piece of that. How often, how long are you on?
It just depends day to day. Some days I am on probably 3 hours, which is an awful lot. I mean, but part of that is not only doing the work of, posting something, taking pictures, but part of it is, reading your blog, reading other blogs, just to see what is happening, how I can improve. Normally, I would say in the morning I'll take 30 minutes and I'll check out everything. And then at night I'll do another 30 minutes.
Okay. And
then maybe during the day I'll check once during the day and maybe 5 or 10 minutes there. So on average, probably maybe an hour a day. But that includes my personal, sending my mom a message on Facebook, checking out my pictures of nieces and nephews. So it doesn't take as much time as people think it can. You can do whatever you want.
One of the things we found is that it is that time suck sometimes, because you go in for a work reason and then you get sidetracked with the family stuff and mom's on and grandma's on and all those things. And so one of the things we found is that, when you're crunched for time, you can get in, and if you're focused on why you're there, go in, just do the business stuff, get out, and then come back and do the other stuff later. That works for me. And so there's a couple different strategies you can use, I think, as you get into that.
And for me, it's just all about routine. I mean, I started by putting it on my schedule. At 11 o'clock, I was going to check Facebook. At 3 o'clock, I'm going to check Facebook. And I allotted myself 10 minutes. And it got to that. And then the more I did, the more time it took, because I had more people and the more I enjoyed it.
Yep.
If you don't enjoy it, and if you're not really engaging with people, just, 10 minutes a day will take care of it.
Thank you. That's awesome. I think, again, it is that personal preference. It's that how much time do you have? If you've got a half an hour, doing it for a half an hour is better than not doing it at all. If you've got 10 minutes, doing it for 10 minutes is better than not doing it at all. So carve out a little bit of time as you get in. You may find that this is more important than some of the other things you're doing, and you can delegate some of that other stuff to somebody else. It's your business, and connecting to your customers. What's more important than that?
And the more you can keep your voice. So many people think they need to delegate to social media. I keep telling them, no, keep your voice. Make sure it stays consistent. Delegate the other things, like you said. If you're stuffing envelopes, let somebody else stuff the envelopes. If you don't have time, you take care of your social media, just so it can truly be you for these small business owners.
Awesome. What are some of your favorite tools that you're using for social media now? We've talked about the different platforms, but are there tools you're using to kind of help manage that as a small business owner?
The one I use the most is probably Hootsuite. That is just so handy. I can check everything across the board. if I know my week is going to be busy, I can schedule all of my postings through Hootsuite. I've also just started using Sprout Social.
Okay.
And I like that too, because then I can search, the whole internet for anything with Estes Park or poppies in it. That way I can respond to people. I can repost a lot of things. And that way, and it's kind of the way I read my newspaper in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
But those are the two that I use the most.
Cool. As we wrap up here, wanted to give you the chance to give a shout out to 2 or 3 different, blogs or articles or people that you're looking to as far as social media influence. What are some resources that you kind of turn to regularly, because we want to make others aware of those opportunities and resources as well?
Well, of course, there's always you and Julie.
Oh.
I thoroughly enjoy reading your blogs, and Julie's every time I read her blog, it brings a smile and a tear to my eye, and especially today's being the salt.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Also, I've done a lot with Noodle, which is an ad firm down in Phoenix. Gone to a couple of their presentations, and they've been great. They had a woman who worked for her. Her name was Paige, and I think on Twitter she's Paige IM. She's just great. She's always tweeting, and a lot of fun. Visit Estes Park. They do a lot with social media, and they're going to be doing more. They just said that there's going to be 2 more platforms that we're going to announce tomorrow, and I can't wait till tomorrow.
Awesome.
They're not responding back to me what they are.
It's a secret, and nobody knows until tomorrow.
I know. I was a kid who had to open his presents on Christmas Eve.
Well, by the time this goes up, that should be available, and I will include those in the notes below the video.
Cool.
So all of the readers can track those down and find out what's going on in Estes Park. Rob, thank you for joining us as we close. Where can people find you online? You can go to estesdining.com for our website. Okay. On Facebook, Poppy's Pizza and Grill. Twitter, I'm Poppy's_pizza, and Poppy's Pizza on Pinterest. Awesome. Well, thank you, Rob, for joining us here on the Rocky Mountain Media Group blog. Everyone else, next time you head up to Estes Park, definitely stop by Poppy's Pizza. Send Rob a tweet before you go, and I'm sure he'll come out and say hi if he's in the store. So thanks, Rob, for doing this. If you guys have questions, post them in the comments, and I'm sure Rob will come back and be willing to check those out and answer anything you guys have when he has a little bit of time, and I'll jump in there as well. So thanks again, Rob, for doing this. Everyone else, have a great day, and thanks for visiting the Rocky Mountain Media Group blog.